Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Kakegurui episode 6. Now, I will say that this episode is easily probably the best episode of the season so far. I mean, obviously we still have 6 more episodes to go, so I mean, I'm very curious if anything could beat this, because the tension of this week's episode was so awesome. Like, I mean, everything about it, all the characters are likable, but the music especially was amazing. The concepts that we saw, we learned a little bit more about Yumiko and her kind of reason for being. Essentially, apparently she's, besides, being a Kakegurui, her actual sister is in the hospital, so she pays some of the bills for that. And she even wants to keep her, like, actual debt on her character, so this way she can get challenged by the student council in an official match, which we find out that you can only get if you lose too many times and you have no money. Essentially, you have to then challenge them to an actual match. But so I guess maybe to erase your debt or something like that. But it was very interesting on that end. We also see that Mary has been chosen to join the student council group, and I'm like, you guys are really messing with her. As she says, she knows already that they've been messing with her since the beginning. So it's not really that hard to believe that there's some ulterior motive for them even wanting her to join them in the first place. But I am very curious. Well, she'd probably say yes, knowing her. But I'm like, why are you guys doing this? What's the point behind it? There has to be a reason behind it. Yumiko, like, the whole challenge battle between her and the eye patch girl, though, is something I'm going to look forward to next week. The whole concept of Russian roulette, I think in any I want to say medium in terms of, like, fictional works, has always been interesting to me. Like, real life, that's a terrifying thing, but in terms of, like, movies and like TV series and stuff like that, it's always been like one of the biggest, I want to say, gambles, because it's the ultimate gamble. It's a thing of playing with your life instead of just playing with money. And I'm very curious, like, why did Yumiko tell the girl with the eye patch in the end, don't pull that trigger? Did she, like, load the gun a certain way? I'm just curious. I really am curious about that. But the music during that whole sequence, though, was awesome. And I like how I like how they're trying to make the main character, the dude, actually a little more relevant now. I noticed the last few episodes we've seen him take a little bit more of a prominent role, especially in this week's episode, where he's the dealer for her because apparently she trusts him to do it. And she gave him, like, a false sign saying, oh, if you use that sign, we should be okay. And he's like, oh, you're doing that to make her think that, there's a really a sign going on, but there really isn't anything between them when it comes to, like, them using any gambling moves or anything like that. So I'm very curious. I want to see what happens next week, and I think that a lot of people are going to really enjoy episode 7. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy episode 7, to be honest with you, too. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I have a Centaur's Life today. I have Fate Apocrypha, and I think something else. I'm not 100% sure. I always forget what, like, I have to review on Sundays, to be honest. But I will try to get to those as soon as possible. I will talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day if I don't see you in those reviews. God bless you all. Bye-bye.